Hi everybody, welcome back to Peaceful Acres. Just wanted to give you a quick update on the bees. Today is Wednesday, January 10th. We came out of that 14 days of sub-freezing temperatures. Today it's almost 60 degrees. Tomorrow's forecast to be about the same for Thursday. Then Friday is going to be 40s, and then Friday night into Saturday we're going to go back to potentially several inches of snow. We're here in southern Indiana, and then also in the next week going to be sub-freezing temperatures again. But just to kind of document here as we go along, here's hive number 1, and there's definitely some bees active in there. They're moving around, they're working. Then we come over here and check out number 2, same situation. Great sign, so far so good. Go over here. I'm gonna go and check each one, see how we're doing. Here we got number 3 and number 4. Number 4's or 3 super active. Number 4, there's definitely some activity going on down in there. I've got a couple of these dead bees in there. They've drug out, but I can see activity going on in there. I normally wouldn't knock on them when they're cold, but because it's warm and they're active anyway, a light little bit won't really hurt them. When it's really cold, some people say, well, go knock on your hive and you can see what kind of activity is going on. You'll hear them buzzing in there if you're worried about it. Well, you don't want to do that when it's really cold because it just breaks their cluster, disrupts them. But a day like today, they're out and about anyway, doing cleansing flights. As we go along here, I'll show you where I've got the sugar and pollen patties for them to forage on warm days, and they're very busy. Here we got number 5. Number 5 has activity. And number 6 has activity. Help them out here. They've got a few dead bees drug out. Didn't get them all the way off. Kind of helps me as well. Kind of note as I come out, and if I see, see more dead bees drug out, or help be an indicator of activity. So I'm going on up here to number 7 and number 8. Number 8's really busy. Number 7 has some activity here. They're working. Now that little markings on that entrance board there, on that bottom board, that is just some debris. I checked it. It's very powdery. I want to blow on it, but I'm afraid to get stung because this number 7's my hot hive. I'm going to go ahead and try it here. There we go. So they're busy cleaning out, doing something. Usually if you try and blow on them, that's not a good idea, especially when it's kind of cold like this and they're a little fussy. There we got number 9, lots of activity. Number 10 was the swarm I caught in September. I had given them a few frames of some honey I stole that was completely capped off from another hive, and there was, most people would say a swarm caught in September isn't going to have any chance, but they're doing good. And then we go on here, check out number 11 and 12, and there again, just busy with all kinds of activity. Number 11 here. It's kind of interesting. Some hives are really more active than others. As I approached here, there were a few. They become camera shy. But as I see it, every single hive, all 12 are doing just fantastic. To see this kind of activity here in this little little midwinter break from the weather indicates that they're all alive and well at this point. Kind of see some of this activity over here. Now, I had a question earlier, just a note. The colored boxes are just honey supers. Those I made up last summer. They've all got frames in them, but none drawn. Over there on the left of the colored boxes, those are just vent tops that I can put on top in the summer when it gets really hot. Got lots of ventilation around them with screens. There's some extra, the white boxes there primarily, well, there's some right there that are just wooden nuke boxes, 5 frame, and then we got standard brood boxes. And then here's just feeders that I had gotten from Mann Lake. They really work well. Top hive feeders. I had used that to feed them some sugar water and also nosema treatments. And we can see right there, they're really working that sugar in there. Give them something to forage on. They want something. They're out looking for something, so they've got something that they can work on for the time being before we get into spring. And then these boxes right here, what these were made up for is, I just wasn't sure. I had pre-made these in case I need them. It's just simply a screen. They've got a couple vents, and then they've got the potential there where I can shut off if there was thought there was robbing or something. But down in there, I could put some type of supplemental feed. I could, and that 1/4-inch mesh would allow for the bees to come in and out and get up into it, which is fine. That's what I would want them to be able to get to, whatever type of feed. And I could have also used them as moisture boxes, filled them up with wood chips. But my mentor said he's done experiments where he actually put plastic on the tops of hives and sealed them off, purposely trying to hold as much moisture as he could. And he's been doing this for longer than anybody I know. He's up into his 70s, and he said he had no difference. He said, at least here in southern Indiana, all of these things, now up in the north you may need that type of stuff, but he said all that stuff is unnecessary. Just leave the bees alone. If they're healthy and they have plenty of food, that's all you need. And that's what I'm finding, because all these bees, I had treated them 3 consecutive rounds with for the varroa mites 1 week apart. I had also gave them all, each hive, 2 gallons of fumigillin B to treat for the potential for nosema, and they're all evidenced right here. Every single hive has activity. They're all coming through winter so far. We've still got a couple months to go. We'll probably have the first dandelions starting, and that's our signal to go ahead and put honey boxes on. It's time. And that will be coming up here sometime in March, about the middle of March. So we got about 8 more weeks of winter. Let me know how you make out. Thanks for watching, everybody.